This is Judgment, apocalypse survival simulation, developed and produced by Suncrash and released April 11th, 2016 into early access. It's a simulation survival with RTS, I think, being the core of it. It's available right now for $14.99 US. I'm going to take a quick look and just show you some of the different features and main aspects of gameplay. So this is my little encampment here. I have about 6 people so far, and in pretty much RTS fashion, I assign tasks. For instance, if I want to assign Anne here to perhaps mine some rocks, I can go down here and click on the rocks and then hit Corey. Mainly though, the characters all do the tasks they want to do. There's a little bit of AI, but you can set priorities. I can define which task types a survivor should perform, what their priority for that is. Like, see here, she's changing her mind on a lot of stuff. She's going to gather some water. Up in the top right, we have our food reserve, water reserve, scraps. This is our science research. Now, for science research, we spend those points as we get them on our different abilities or research tree here. So far you can see I have farming and cooking. I got some woodworking and brick making. If I want to move up to construction, I have to wait a little while because I currently only have 44 out of the 60 needed science points. A lot of this stuff I don't quite have enough points for yet. Here's crafting. You have to build the required tools, of course. As you can see in here, I believe this is an experiment table. Here's my oven I got set up. Here's a food table next to it, and this is a workbench here. Down here I have a sawmill. You can build further stuff. One interesting aspect of this game is it's not so much a zombie survival as sort of like a demonic hell on earth survival game. All the enemies are like reapers and demons and imps, things like that. What's kind of interesting is you have sort of a magic tree. It's just listed as occult, which I just thought was a little odd. So you can build a sort of a ritualistic circle and then use occult points, and you get a lot of occult points through, I think, research, but also you can gain sulfur from killing the demons and imps, which is a resource. You can set tasks, so you can do a little bit of the click dragging functionality here, which really didn't work for me then. But you can see here I clicked and drug over these trees to select them all at once. Now there's a world map, and our world view is sort of like tile based, where this whole area is sort of one tile. Now attacks will happen randomly. We can get attacked on this tile and need to defend. We can also get random events where a random event pops up, say a rescue mission, and it might be 1 or 2 squares away, and then we would click on it, like I just left clicked on this area here, which says it's an industrial area. And this is a way you can further explore around the world in new tiles as well. Now you can scavenge, you can send a team off, you can scout. Right here we are getting sort of a little list of what we would be up against if we went there. So we could go ahead and maybe actually do that. But before we do that, I want to show you in the top left here is sort of our typical RTS timer. You can zoom in and out with the mouse wheel, so you can speed up gameplay a lot. You can speed it up super fast and watch the guys just run around everywhere until we get a creature spotted warning, enemy approaching. So when that pops up, we still have a little bit of time, I suppose, to do last minute preparations if we want. And then let's get the actual attack to happen here. Now I did find a couple, just one little bug in this early access game. The game is very playable. I did notice sometimes when somebody goes to like cook, sometimes they stand around like that. And when they, let's assign someone to do the quarry. And sometimes, when I'm low on food, like I am now, they don't always go to the cooking station to cook the food. They sometimes like go to the quarry or just stand in place and cook from that location, but it doesn't seem to be game breaking. So we're being attacked. We get this, we can kind of double check that we're armed the way we want to be. I have a new member here who's not armed, currently unarmed, so I can click and see what I have available, which so far I just have some clubs. And then I can hit ready, and we'll have our little interaction here. You can press the space to pause. Again, a lot of the functionality is similar to a real-time strategy game. So I can go ahead and click and drag to select. Whoops, that's kind of a bug there, isn't it? You can click and drag to select everybody, and this is sort of their attack radius, so you can kind of instantly see who's melee and who has a ranged weapon right off the bat. Now they're pretty close. What I'm going to do is try to maybe gather right here, so some of my guys will retreat while the other ones catch up. Now when you're near certain objects, you can actually gain a bonus to shield. For instance, if I were to have gathered all my party members near these rocks, they would have got a bonus to shields. Reapers are kind of tough because they can shoot some kind of like black magic, and it can really hurt my guys, and they tend to concentrate on one. So I can see my health on all my players here. I'm going to let this play out a little bit more until they're just a bit closer, and then go ahead and start. Now, there is some strategy and tactics that can come into play, both when you're defending your home and you're in a different tile that has a totally different layout. There might be cars and barrels around and other obstacles. So there is some chances to kind of separate your party from melee. You might want to put a couple melee next to a barrel or barricade where they'll be real close to the enemy and still be able to hit them while keeping your archers back farther away. So Arislin here has a club, so I'm going to go ahead and right click on that imp. Scopic, he's gonna attack the Reaper. Scopic, I don't know. Holly is melee. She'll concentrate with Arislin on the imp. I think people will do the same. I'm just going down the line here at doing all of my players individually. Now we can watch this play out a bit. Now what's Bertha doing? Make sure to have her assigned. Okay, now Holly is almost at 50%. Stargrace is at 50%. I think I already killed the one. I think all my archers are still concentrated. Okay, we took care of that guy pretty quickly, so I'm just gonna select everyone and finish off the imp. Okay, and here's our reward. We got some sulfur, resources used in occult rituals and crafting, and ectoplasm, same deal. And now we go back to sort of our working on our homestead camp. And that's the bulk of it. You can do things like over here, the other tasks, like I could collect supplies from here. As you can see, it's telling me there's medicine to be found here as well as scraps. So I could do that. You can build, as you research more stuff, you can build more stuff. So if I wanted to, I could start building barricades. You can research better building types. I think stone buildings are one, so you can kind of upgrade to that. So far, it seems to function well, and I have to admit, I'm kind of enjoying it. So if you like what you see, you know, maybe check it out on Steam. I'll have the links in the description below. That's a look at Judgment, Apocalypse Survival Simulation. If you like, you can find me on Twitter at Stratix Gaming, STRATX. Of course, my YouTube, Stratix Gaming. I have a Patreon. You can check me out on patreon.com/Stratix, STRATX. And this is also going to be on Zero Friction, Retro and Indie Gaming website, which is zero-friction.net. So you can always find most of my videos, especially Indie and Retro, on Zero Friction. And I'll have an article to go along with it, so you can read more about the game and join the discussion over there. So thanks for watching, and I'll see everyone next time.